Hello and welcome to the video. So today I'm going to show my week 2 of Sketchtember, and if you don't know what that is, I would recommend you to watch my previous video where I go more in depth what I'm doing and what is Sketchtember. But today I'm just gonna show my week 2 of the process, and yeah, let's go into the time lapse. And this is the first sketch of the week. I'm laying down some colors that I want to use in the first sketch. I wanted to paint a couple of cherries, and I thought it can't be too hard just to paint a couple of round objects, and I was thinking this is going to be quick and easy one, but it turned out that it actually can be quite hard to make a couple of round cherries, because there is a lot of little details and things that you have to consider when you want to make a round object, and I realized that I really need more practice with it, so it was a good turning point for me. And here I am trying to make the little details and light and shadows to make the cherries appear more round. It also affects that the scale is so little, so it's kinda difficult to make these subtle paint marks to really get the right look. And here is the finished sketch of the first day, and I really realized that this is something I need more practice in, but I think the cherries looked like a cherries enough. So in the second day I wanted to try again, but this time a little bit in bigger scale, and I decided to paint a couple of apples this time, and I also used wider tape this time so the paint wouldn't go over the edges. And I was trying to really focus on the colors and the lights and the shadows more in this one. And then when I added the stems, they looked more like an apple, so it really added the final touch to it. I was happy with the red apple, but with the green apples I would have liked to work more on. And this is the finished sketch of the second day. And then I wanted to go away from the round shape, and I decided to paint a couple of bananas this time. And I didn't have a reference for the background, so I just wanted to paint some kind of fabric, but it was quite difficult without the reference and try to make shapes and forms that look like a fabric without seeing one. And I decided to go with the blue background, so the bananas would really stand out from the picture. And this was also quite hard, and I was thinking that maybe I should do a really big painting full of vegetables and fruits, and so I could really practice everything. And this is the finished sketch. After this one I wanted to go away completely from this topic and try to paint landscapes. And the first one, I have a painting similar to this, but I wanted to try it again and bring something different to it. And the wider tape around the sketch really made a difference, and I could be more free with my paint strokes and not care too much if the paint is going over or not. So to make a difference from my previous painting that I have done from this scene, I wanted to make bolder strokes and paint marks, so I decided to paint with a knife. And I feel like I kind of went overboard with it, and I should have stopped at some point and just be happy. But I just kept going, but as this is a sketch, it was not so big of a deal. this is the finished sketch of the 4th day. And in this one I had a reference picture that I was looking at the same time. It was my own picture with the sunset and field. I was really happy with the sky and the forest line, but then when I started to work on the foreground, I was not so happy with. If I had more time, I would have worked more on the foreground, but since it was evening and the time was running out, I had to just accept as it is and move on to the next day. And then to the last couple of days I again have only pictures, because in the 6th day I painted a landscape, but I wasn't happy with it. So then in the last minute I just ditched the whole sketch and took acrylics, and then I didn't film this one because I was in a hurry, but I was really happy with this one and surprised because I don't really work on acrylics and it's a strange medium for me, but I thought that this one really succeeded. And then the final is a cloud made with watercolors, and also I don't have a video of it. And that was it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked it, hit the like button, and if you wanna see my next video, hit subscribe and follow me on Instagram. There is all the sketches that I have done in the previous month, and I see you next time. Bye!